so much fun with this item last time. You and I both have children. We're both really into tech, and we get questions all the time. How do I get into tablet computing and not have to break the bank and yet still get all the features we're looking for? And I think the answer here is LePan. You know, I bought 2 of these.
Did you really?
For my 2 youngest children, because first of all, I said I'm not going to spend $500 or $600 on a tablet and give it to an 8-year-old, but they need them for school.
Right.
But yet I knew that it had to be meaty enough to work with the school's operating systems and things like that. So this is it. Let's start with this. We're doing it for 3 easy payments. I want you to know that it's an 8-inch. So it's one of the most popular sizes. I can still hold it in my hand. It's about 3/4 of a pound. So super lightweight and super thin. It's an Android tablet and it's got Google Play. So I think that when people ask us right off the bat, Melissa, tell me what I'm looking for. We all know to look for a processor and a hard drive and an operating system and a computer.
Sure.
We really should look at that for a tablet too, right?
Absolutely, because when you think about, you don't want to be waiting for things. You know, we want things, we want them fast. That's really what the quad-core processor, I think, is one of the most impressive specs on this device. So you actually have 4 processors built in here. So you can be multitasking. You can be on your face and checking your email and streaming Pandora and just doing all of these fun things, and everything that you do is going to be lightning fast. I think the other thing that we want with tablets is we want to have a great camera. We want to be able to take great pictures, and we want to be able to Skype. And typically at this price point, you're not going to have a point-and-shoot camera plus a front-facing camera.
Right.
So with this,
you get both.
You get both with this, plus you even get a high-definition video recorder.
So I'd love for you to join Melissa and I and just participate in this conversation. Our number is 1-800-395-1601. I'm also going to go to my Facebook page, which is Albany, Irvin, QVC, and if you want to post a question, we'll do our best to answer it. I'll also share with you some things about the operating system that you may not know, but let's do this. We have a video that talks about all the features. If you already know you want this tablet, I want you to just see what we've got, and then we'll keep moving.
Let's do it. So this has that 8-inch high definition display. The display on this is absolutely gorgeous. It really draws you in. Everything that you're going to be doing is going to be in high definition. You've also got that Google Play certification. So yes, you've got the full Google Play Store here. Over 1 million apps now available there. So many of them being free. The Android 4.2 operating system. So one of the most popular operating systems out there in the world today. And you've got that quad-core processor, which is what we were talking about. So that normally is something you would talk about when you talk about a computer. That's built into your tablet. That front and rear facing cameras, and we're going to show you how impressive the pictures are, the quality is that you're getting here, and then it's even Bluetooth enabled, so it works with all your Bluetooth devices.
Well, you know, I just got a question on my Facebook page about could I sync this with a Bluetooth enabled printer? If your printer's Bluetooth, sure. If you have a Bluetooth speaker, absolutely. So let's kind of start from the beginning, because I can tell you, as a gadget geek, and you see me with tech a lot, this is something that I purchased for my 2 littlest kids. When you look at something like this, and you're trying to decide, you don't have to give anything up. You don't even have to decide, do I want an 8 gig or a 16 or whatever. This one's expandable. The tablet with Fruit is not expandable. So let's talk about what expansion means.
Sure.
And the kinds of, wow, that was loud. And the kinds of things you can do.
Exactly. So it comes with 8 gigs included. Now, when you want to expand the memory, the nice part is that you can. So you go out, you purchase a little micro SD card. They make them in 8, 16, 32. So you buy whatever you'd like, and then all you do is take that little card, you place it right into the top, pop it in. You don't even have to take the cover off. And now I just instantly upgraded my memory.
So what does that mean? I went down to Florida recently. We were chatting about that. Melissa was so sweet to give me restaurants and all these ideas. But when you're on a 3-hour flight, you want 3 full hours of entertainment. Yes,
especially
you do.
with the kids,
yes, you do. So an average download of a movie is about 2 gigs. If you expand up to 32, you can put all those movies on there.
That'd be 16 movies.
16 movies. I can scroll through with ease. I can chat on my Facebook. But the thing is I no longer have to decide, well, do I want to do movies or do I want to do photos? Do I want to do videos or do I want to do homework? Because when you expand up to 32, that's a lot of storage. And what we did was we loaded one whole card with just movies.
Right. And the great part is, to your point, I like the fact that you said that, because you can take the cards in between devices, because we have so many people purchasing more than one. So if maybe one day you're watching the movie and the next day the kid wants to watch on their tablet, they can.
Sure.
And then maybe once that card fills up, you label it 2014, you go buy a new card that says 2015, and you start all over. So it's never going to be full. It's always going to be expandable.
So as we look at this, and we asked our question today about about what are you doing to get your kids back to school. Scott even posted a picture of himself on my page, which I think is so cute. If you want to talk about your bright idea, post it here. But the reason you're able to see me move back and forth very quickly is because this is a 1.2 gigahertz quad core processor. And I almost feel the angels singing for a moment, because that's what you hear when you talk about computers. Very few other small handheld tablets can say that. We're talking about the speed of tablets that are the gold standard.
It's true. It's true. And you really, I've never seen such a following for an item, Albany. We've had so many people calling in today that purchased one when it was here last month, and they called their neighbors, they called their kids, and they're coming back for more. So I think that really speaks to the expectation when they got it home in the palm of their hands. They were like, okay, I need to get more of these.
So I think it's interesting that you just said that. We did just have this last month, and by noon went through 55,000. It is 3 o'clock on the East Coast, and we started the day with 22,000. We are now getting very, very limited. We can only ship out the next 2,000 immediately. Now, we have a little bit of an advanced order on place, and if you're in your mind thinking, okay, wait a second, you had 55,000, then you had 22,000, how is this happening? Well, we went directly to a manufacturer. And when I say that, I want to explain what that means, because there's really only about 3 really good glass manufacturers, and they're making glass for all the tablets. They're making the processors for all the tablets. And LePan is a manufacturer, and they are committed to building 5-star products. They want nothing but the best. That's their logo. That's their motto. So we were able to go back to them on behalf of you and say, would you build more for our QVC customers? They said yes. Now you're reading books, you're listening to movies, you're watching TV, you're playing games, you're getting ready for school, and you're printing.
And I'm printing wirelessly.
Printed wirelessly. That's crazy. From a $99 tablet that fits in your purse or your pocket.
It really can go with you anywhere on the go. So it's so nice to be able to take pictures.
Okay.
And now you can print those pictures wirelessly if you'd like. Once you take those pictures, you could upload them to Facebook if you would like. And I want to just show you some of the quality of the pictures that I took. I was out trying to kind of get inspired for my fall decorating the other day. Fall, I think, is my favorite time of year to be able to decorate. So I was at the craft store. So there's a picture that I took with the 5 megapixel camera coming included. Look at the colors there. That is amazing. You also have a high definition video recorder built in here, Albany. So look at the pictures that I took of the flowers. I mean, high definition video. How much would you spend for just a camcorder that records in high definition?
I'm so glad you said that, because it really is all, and we don't have to a la carte it. It does all of that. Now, I want to remind you of something else. I get it. I think all of us have been burned with a low-cost tablet in the past, and we've thought, oh my goodness, do I dare? This one has our holiday return policy on it. Why, you ask? Because we debuted it during our Christmas in July event last month. We are re-honoring that, and you have till January 31st of 2015, next year, to experience whether you like it. So you can use this for 5 full months before you have to decide if you love it. And I don't think you're going to want to return it. Look at the quality, look at the clarity, because this is a phenomenal tablet. You're going to get this home, by the way, for $1 a day, $33.32. I've got a couple things I want to show to you on this in just a moment, but I want to go back to the phones and welcome in Betty from Ohio. Betty, I'm Albany, and if you haven't had a chance to meet my girlfriend, Melissa Dawson, please say hello to Melissa as well.
Hi, Melissa. Hi, Albany.
Hi. So what do you think about our LePan tablet?
I love it. I've wanted a tablet for a while, but my budget wouldn't allow me to spend $300 or $400 on a tablet. So,
I get it.
And I had some Q credits, so I'm ending up paying $54.85 for it.
Girl, I love that kind of math, because you know I'm a bargain shopper. Let me ask you this, Betty. Do you use a smartphone by any chance?
No, I don't.
You're not doing that.
I'm just becoming literate.
Well, that's okay. When you get this home, you'll see that it fits directly in my hand. There's a little home button down here, and that'll allow you to always find where you're going so that you can kind of sift through and you can see your apps. But I want you to play and play and play. And there's your Google. Do you have a Gmail account?
Yes.
Okay, so if you have a Gmail account, you can use that same email address and password to sign in and get to Google Play. And that way you'll be able to already get to all the Google stuff. And you want to hear something interesting, Betty?
I do.
About 1 billion, with a B, active users were recorded on Google Play. So we're talking about one of the biggest operating systems and stores out there. And a good majority of the apps are free. I like free.
I'm excited. I'm really
Aw.
excited to get it home to play with it because I'm kind of handicapped and kind of stuck here in the house most of the time. So I really am looking forward to getting it. I thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And if you get on Facebook and you have problems, you just find me because I answer all my tech questions. I love my gadget girls out there. And when you get on the Play Store, it's done by categories. So you'll literally spend, an hour or two just kind of looking to see what you like to do. I've even figured out a way to get an app that's free that allows me to download library books, again for free, from my local library without leaving the house. So there's some really fun ones, and the Google Play Store looks like a little shopping bag with an arrow on it. So you'll be able to find that.
Thank you so much, Alvin. It's so good to talk to both of you guys today.
Nice to talk to you too, Betty.
Thanks,
Have
Betty.
a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So let's talk about that because Google Play is a game changer. And if you have a Gmail account, then you really kind of already started with Google and the maps and everything they do.
And all of your email will automatically be there. So as soon as you log in with that Gmail account, your calendar is going to be there, your email is going to be there. So you're kind of already really ready to go. But I'll go ahead and log us into the Google Play Store. This is actually, the Android's now the #1 selling operating system out there in the world today. Over 1 million apps. And it's not just apps, it's movies, it's TV shows, it's games. But we'll go ahead and go into the apps because I want to show you all of kind of those top free apps out there. We like free. So here we go. So, things like Facebook, Pandora, where you can stream all of your music now for free. I love it. Boston was one of my favorite bands, and so there's a Boston channel that I listen to all of the time. Whatever kind of music you like, you're going to find it on Pandora. Instagram, Pinterest, Skyping, which we're going to talk more about with the video chatting capability, Twitter, Shazam. I mean, it's all there for you. Tons of games. You can do your banking. You can do your stocks. You could be on a dating site. I mean, you might find your future husband right here on your tablet.
Well, I have a current husband, so I am not going to look for a future husband because that doesn't work out well when you have a current husband. But
That's
thank
true.
you. But thank you. You know what? When you start to look at a tablet, we don't want to settle. And a lot of us are really, really attached to our smartphone. They're fast. They're responsive. They store stuff. I currently put something of Lucille Ball up on my Facebook page today. We're looking for inspiration. We're looking to connect with friends. We're really looking to have fun and play games and share tips and tricks like we do on Bright Ideas. This is a quad-core processor. That tablet with fruit, quad-core processor, and not any quad-core. We're talking about 1.2 gigahertz. Now, that's a lot of techno mumbo-jumbo, but what that means is when you watch a movie, it's not going to hiccup. When you're going from page to page, it's not going to start and stop when you're downloading those YouTube videos. That makes a difference in your experience, but look at the video. You would feel pleased watching a movie or a television show or your dance recital in that, right?
And I love curling up with my tablet. This is kind of how I watch TV because I'm not around Wednesday at 8, maybe when my show comes on, so I always catch it later. I download the ABC app and the Fox app and HBO and Netflix, so I'm always just kind of curling up in bed watching things on my tablet, which is kind of nice. I used to do it on my computer. Computers get really hot on your legs. It's not a great experience, but this is always cool to the touch, and it's so lightweight.
So one of the things you and I were chatting about, and really it kind of went back to my post, I had my tablet and my Facebook post, and if you still want to join the conversation, go to Albany, Irvin, QVC. We're talking about bright ideas and tips and tricks for back to school. But at all of my kids' schools now, they call it either BYOT, bring your own tech, or BYOD, bring your own device, because unfortunately the schools haven't been able to keep up. There are no Encyclopedia Britannicas. That kind of ages us when we say that. So they use Google search or Wikipedia. And then the apps, I got a list of 25 apps I had to download before the beginning of the year for multiplication, for language study, for all of these things. And now it's becoming a requirement. If for $99 you could set your family up for success, why wouldn't you? But the big thing is I want you to know that this is part of our holiday return policy because we launched this at Christmas in July when we sold out of 55,000. So you have until January 31st of 2015. Now, Melissa, most of the time when you buy electronics, if once you slice open the box, you own it, or you have to pay like a 20% restocking fee. We're not doing that. We just want people to enjoy it.
I've never seen this kind of return policy in my life in electronics.
So
impressive.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about LePan too, because when you talk about a manufacturer that is committed to building only best of, and their tagline is nothing but the best, they had to really fight for you at home, but also for QVC to be able to put the right ingredients. What should we look for when we're trying to buy a tablet?
You know, I think the biggest things that people miss if they buy maybe a cheaper tablet that they regret, and we've been hearing this from customers today. First of all, that front-facing camera, because
Yes.
you want to be able to
Huge.
Skype. So now with this, yes, you can Skype, so you can be video chatting with your kids and grandkids across the country or around the world, and it's all free. It doesn't cost you anything. Especially with little ones, they don't like to talk on the phone, but they love the video chatting.
Right.
So it's a great way for grandparents to be able to connect. So I think that's a big feature. I think the processor, you don't want to chintz on the processor because that's what's going to give you your responsiveness. You don't want to be waiting for things to load. You want to be able to multitask, and this is going to do all of that for you seamlessly, quick, and you're not going to be disappointed.
Well, and you have to know where your apps are coming from. If you have a no-name app store, you're going to be disappointed.
Yes.
You've got an app store that has 1 billion active users. That quad-core processor means you're going to actually use your stuff. There's voice controls on this. I mean, this is amazing. But I think one of the pleasurable things is when you look at those front and rear-facing cameras, it's a good picture. The resolution is phenomenal, so you want to watch it, right?
And you want to take pictures with this. It's great when you don't have your point and shoot camera and you don't have your camcorder. And isn't that when like the cutest moments of life happen, is when you're not prepared,
yes.
especially as a mom.
So here's the other thing. A lot of those $500 and $600 tablets, and I've bought them, so I know, aren't expandable. You have to make this quick decision right now to know whether or not you want 8 gigs or 16 or 32. Well, I don't know what I'm doing next week, so how am I going to make that kind of decision? Well, not with the LePan. Even though you're paying less than $100, you get to expand it, because when you start looking at these page after page of apps, you want room to put in everything and not have to settle or get rid of stuff, right?
Absolutely. So and you know, don't you think it's always the case, to your point, when you have to make that decision of 8 or 16, we normally go with the lower because we want the lower price point to get out the door, but it's 3 months later when you're like, oh no, my tablet's full, that you really regret that decision. Here, you're never gonna have to worry about that.
So I just got an update from my producer. We did sell through the 55,000 last time. We've already gone through 22,000 today. It's only 3 o'clock. I only have 1,000 that I can ship out now. Now I do have an advanced order that's gonna ship out a little bit later in September, so you can get on that list. It's an 8-inch tablet. It comes with your quick start guide. It comes with your USB and your charger. But I also want to just start showing the things it does, because when you start talking about you know, Bluetooth, you're not skipping that. Wi-Fi capable, we're not skipping that. Let's talk about what Bluetooth and things are, because some of the less expensive tablets are leaving out, but everything that your $500 and $600 tablet has, this one has, and you're going to get it home for $33.
So I just connected to my Bluetooth speaker. So if you have a Bluetooth speaker, this is going to be great, because now you can play all of your music. You could be streaming your Pandora. You could be doing all of those things right through your Bluetooth speaker. Or maybe you and your husband want to watch a movie in bed together through your Bluetooth speaker. You could do that as well. Obviously, it works with your headset.
Love that.
You can do that too, but great quality sound with that. So yes, it works with your other devices. It also works with your wireless printer as well. And I think for me, the most impressive thing is the voice commands, because that's what we really love about this. And for a lot of other people that have the fruit devices, I know there's a lot of fruit lovers out there, but they are frustrated by the voice commands. They're like, she doesn't listen to me. It's painful. Look at how easy this is. Let me turn my Bluetooth off real quick, just so we can be back on the device. There we go. Set alarm for 7 a.m.
Got glare on there. There we go.
Alarm for 7 a.m.
So there she is. She's going out. I've now created an alarm for 7 a.m., so it's going to wake me up at 7 a.m. in the morning. So maybe I wake up and then I want to go get a cup of coffee. Find the local coffee shop.
Here are the listings for coffee shop within 3 miles.
So there's directions, there's phone numbers, there's reviews of everything that I want. Maybe you're in a new city and you want to go see the zoo and you wonder what the hours are. Washington, D.C. zoo hours.
Here are business hours for zoo near Washington.
So all of the information available at your fingertips.
So here's something interesting. We just talked to Betty from Ohio, who's new with tablet computing. You can talk to your device and it'll get you where you want to go. Maybe you've got a student who's trying to learn math and they download the Multiplication Monkey app. You can talk to it. Does it get Candy Crush? Absolutely. You've got your Chrome, your Google. This is a Google certified tablet, and that means a lot. You know what? It's a big deal for Google to attach their name and say, yes, we certify this. Check, we're done. And you're going to get this home for $33.32 and have a return policy that goes till January 15th. of 2015, I double dog dare you to go out there and find anything at this price point that does half of that. So maybe we'll just do the checklist. You know, it's not just any processor. It's not a dual core processor. It's a
Quad core processor.
quad core. And not all processors are created equal. This is 1.2 gigahertz, which is fancy tech terms for it's really fast. It also has good glass. There's not a lot of manufacturers out there, or they're putting fake glass on there, you know, some synthetic things. This is one from the top manufacturers out there. Same people that try to make the tablets with fruit. Great there. It's lightweight, but the memory, you know, when you buy a computer, you have to say, what's the memory? What's my hard drive? Well, here you're starting with 8, but you have the option to expand to how much?
To go up to 40. So if you add a 32 gig card in, then you would be at a total of 40 gigs. I mean, we're talking several movies, thousands of songs, thousands of pictures. That's
While
a
you're
lot
saying
of storage.
thousands, if you were going to another tablet manufacturer and we're looking for 40 gigs, you'd be in that $1,000 range. This is $99. And I'm thinking, okay, why wouldn't you just try it for a moment? Tablets really are what I call kind of like the Sony Walkman of our generation. It has changed the way we do consumer electronics. And it's how we look for a restaurant. It's how we look for a restaurant rating. It's how we, you know, shop comparatively and look things up. But think about this. When the whole idea of a tablet originated, it was an e-reader. And we paid triple this.
Yes.
And all it did was read books. Well, now you can read books, you can listen to music, you can watch TV, you can game. I'm embarrassed to say that we used to pay $300 for the kids' gaming devices, and then we would pay anywhere from $35 to $50 per cartridge. And now you get free games. So if you were to a la carte, what does an e-reader cost? What does a music player, a portable DVD player, a television show, a gaming system, an educational component? It would be astronomical. And now you even have parental controls. So if you are getting a younger child set up, this is an amazing opportunity.
It really is. So there's a lot of free apps out there. So we've gotten a lot of questions today. Is this a great tablet for a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old? Absolutely, because you can go out there and download a parental control app that can really create the experience that you want for your child. So you can block them from going to the internet. You can block them from going to YouTube. So absolutely, you can truly make this a kid tablet that's going to grow with them, because unfortunately,
Love it.
some of the other kid tablets out there, after a year, they might have kind of outgrown it. So, you know, this way you don't have to worry about that. We love the email feature too, because yes, you've got the full keyboard here. And so you can type, you can swipe, that I was showing you that swipe feature, or again, you can use the voice. So look, I can actually type a whole email. Hey Jen, can you send me your chicken dumpling recipe, ? I love it and I want to make it for dinner tomorrow, period. I hope you and your family are doing well, period. I'll talk to you soon and see you later, period. Love, Melissa. See how fast that typed everything out? So you're gonna love the voice dictation for this, whether you're doing searches, typing emails, whatever it is that you're doing, you just tell Google and it's so responsive and so accurate. But that's because it's one of the newer versions of Android. Not all Android's the same, this is Android 4.2.
I mean, this is one of those opportunities that you think, I am so grateful I am watching. And maybe you've never watched QVC before and you're on the fence. We have a 27-year legacy of trust, and we've partnered with only those top-tier manufacturers. And LePan is a brand that is committed to nothing but the best. They want to build 5-star products, and they're, you know, transforming these high-style and high-lifestyle products to make them available. We're going to go to Patty in Iowa. Is it Iowa that you're calling from, Patty?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Albany. So nice to meet you, and this is Melissa Dawson.
Hi.
Great to talk to both of you.
Well, thank you. So tell me, what did you think about our LePan tablet today's special value?
Well, I love the Easy Pay.
Yes.
I love the part where it's expandable.
Absolutely.
And I love the part that it's going to be easy for me to use, because you know, this is my first tablet.
Oh, great. Well, you picked a good one.
So I'm kind of excited to get it. And it's not too little, but it's not too big.
You know what? You're right. It's interesting because this one fits in in one hand of most women. My kids have figured out how to hold it with one hand. But the other big one is it's lightweight, because I bought a tablet when tablets first came out that was bigger, and I got tired of carrying it around because it was too cumbersome. But this one doesn't even weigh a pound.
That's great.
It'll fit right in your purse, more than likely, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm excited for you, Patty. If you're on Facebook, do find me on Facebook, and I'd be glad to help you and answer any questions. But one of my favorite things is this little home button down here, because if you ever get lost, you go back home, and then there's another button down there that's got a circle, and it allows you to just, to scroll through and find all the apps on your page. And what you'll find is there's lots of tutorials online on how to set up your screen so that you can really organize things how you like them.
Great.
Oh, good. Well, I'm excited for you. And hey, by the way, I hear you've been with us for a good long time, 25 years or so.
Oh, yeah, since the very beginning.
Oh, wow. Well, that is so sweet. I appreciate you inviting us into your home so often and then just trusting us. Thank you so much.
Well, you've treated me right so far, and I've told a lot of people about you, people who were amazed, Let's say, where did you get this or where did you find that? And QVC, they're like, huh?
Oh, wow. Well, Patty, thank you for joining us again today, and your tablet is on its way. Bye-bye. I'll tell you what.
It's exciting.
This is so exciting. I look at this and I think, finally, we're getting cutting-edge, top-of-the-line tablet computing. Look at the resolution, for crying out loud. Hey, let's go right back to the phones, and we're going to welcome in Carol from Florida. Carol, it's Albany and Melissa. Welcome in.
Hi, Albany and Melissa. How are you?
Well, we're doing great. Tell me what you thought about this LePan tablet.
I can't wait to get it. I've been on the fence trying to get one for a while, but the price really did it for me in QVC quality. So
oh, well, thank you for trusting that. Well, Carol, we are not going to let you down. We spent a lot of time, our electronics team, with a team from LePan to build a better tablet and a better price. And this one is coming your way. Do you have a smartphone now or a tablet now?
No, I don't.
Okay.
My kids do, my boys do, and my granddaughters even have one.
Of course they do. How's your granddaughter?
She's going to be 15.
Okay, she's going to be that best instructor for you, because those kids at 15, I have a 14-year-old, that's all they do is live on these things. So she's going to be your resident expert.
Absolutely. I'm going up to New York next month to visit them, so I'll bring it with me, and everybody can set it up for me.
You will now be the cool grandma, and guess what else? You're going to have to get a Skype account, because you won't have to wait to go to New York to see those grandbabies next time. You can Skype them for free on your new tablet.
That's fantastic. Can't wait for it.
Oh, well, thanks, Carol. Enjoy your
Christmas present from me to me.
Well, hey, that's the best kind, isn't it?
It is.
Got to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you, Carol.
Thanks for talking to me, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So I got to give a quick update here. Here's what's going on. We sold out of these in July, 55,000. We brought in another 22,000 because that's all we could get, and we now only have about 150 that we can ship out. So that means we've sold about a gnat's whisker from 22,000, and it's only 3 o'clock. Now, we did get an advanced order, but bless their hearts, they couldn't make more than 22,000 today. So we did get a small advanced order that can ship out on September 15th, and we'll let you know when we go to that. Let me ask you this. Everybody wants to know about Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of people have been asking about staying connected, that human touch. Skype is a great way to do that.
Skype is a great way to do that, because I know for just so many of us, we're across the country, we're away from our loved ones. Some of us only see our loved ones once a year. And it's hard. It's hard to connect with grandkids when they only see you maybe once a year. This you can be doing, maybe you schedule every Sunday night at 7 p.m. It's grandma time, and you chat it up with all the kids and the grandkids. And it really becomes that regular thing. You really can forge a relationship. Me and my husband don't talk on the phone well, but when we do video calling,
absolutely,
it really is a different conversation. So when I'm traveling, it's kind of our bridge of how we communicate. So
I get you.
Yeah.
I'm flipping through David Venable's cookbook. Look at the gorgeous pictures. Do you love to cook? You can download recipes. There's recipe apps on here. There's learning tools. There's an educational component. Do you know? Now this is a crazy wackadoodle thing. You probably know this because you've heard me say it. But my kids, almost all of their textbooks are online.
Love it.
So now you're giving your kids the opportunity to set them up for success. It's Google Play certified. You need more room? That's okay. That SD card makes it expandable. The tablet with fruit that's $1,000 doesn't do that. and we're talking up to 40 gigs. That's
up to
important.
40 gigs of memory. And I love that you were talking about e-reading as well. We had a lot of customers calling in last night that were Nook users, and they were upgrading to the full tablet experience.
Nice.
And what I want you to know, because a lot of them weren't aware of this, you can download the Nook app if you're a Nook customer. You can download the Kindle app if you're a Kindle customer. And all of that content, all of those books that you've bought through Nook or through Kindle, they're going to transfer to your LePan for free. They'll be here still, so you're not losing any of that content.
So, two things come to mind on that. By the way, we are officially on advanced orders. So September 15th is when these will ship out. If you're still purchasing this, which you should because it's $99. But two things came to mind. Nook users and Kindle users, all your content ports over. There's another free app. It's our favorite kind. It's called Overdrive Media. If you forget, find me on Facebook, I'll tell you. But it enables you to download library books for free, audiobooks for free.
Wow.
And that means you're expanding your opportunities. You're sitting in the line a lot waiting for the PTA or the soccer practice, you can tablet compute. And even if you don't have internet access, this is a reason why having an expandable memory is important.
Yes.
Because when you don't have internet access, you still have access to everything that's on your hard drive.
Yes, we had a couple customers call earlier today, and they said, what if I don't have Wi-Fi? And we said, that's okay. Go to your daughter's house, go to a hotspot, go to your coffee shop, download your games, download your books, download all of those things, and then you can be at home playing your games, you can be reading those books. So even if you don't have Wi-Fi at home, you can still make this work, to your point, Albany.
So my Facebook page is Albany, Irvin, QVC. If you have a question, feel free to type it in there. We'll try to answer as many of them as you can. We sold out of 55,000 by noon just a month ago. We went to LePan, who is a manufacturer, and let's be clear, the only reason that you're getting this price is because we went directly to the manufacturer and negotiated on your part. There is no third party or middleman here. And now we're giving you a top of the line, in fact, the lowest price Android tablet that we've ever done, and some of the highest features that we've ever done in a tablet.
You would think at the lowest price would be like, okay, what doesn't it have? But the fact that it's got that 5-megapixel camera, the fact that it's got that high definition camcorder, the front facing camera for your Skyping capabilities.
Yes.
And I mean, just to show you, I'm gonna go ahead and print another. So I took this picture, I'm gonna go ahead and hit print, because I want you to see the print quality. So we'll go ahead and hit print there. So 5 megapixels coming included. So I love that it's your camera, it's your camcorder, it's your e-reader, it's now your Skyping video chat capability. You're gonna be able to play your games on here. You're gonna be able to check your email on here. You can play your music here. And then you can do all the business things you need to do too, like Office and Excel and all of that.
Well, because there's apps for that. So let me share a couple of questions. Arlene Williams from Facebook just joined us, and she says, on this LePan tablet, do you have to have a Google email account? I have a Yahoo account. You know, how do I deal with that?
Great. Well, the great part is you can still load your Yahoo email to be able to check your email. You will need to create a Google account just to be able to access that Google Play Store. So you can have both.
So that's a good question, because Arlene, the other question I would ask you is, do you have a smartphone? Because there are more Android smartphone users out there than iOS smartphone users. And so that means that if you've downloaded anything from the Google Play Store on a smartphone, once you sign into the Google Play Store on your new tablet, all of those apps you've already purchased will port over to your new tablet. Okay, so while you're up there on the maps, Kathy Johnson asked, can it act as a navigator?
It can. The nice part about this, it actually has a built-in GPS module. So because you don't have like cell phone service, you're not going to be driving with this in your car. But the great part is maybe you're at a coffee shop and you're online and you're saying, honey, let's go ahead and head to a steak restaurant. You can just go ahead and say, steak restaurants close by. It's going to go out, find all the close steak restaurants in your area. And I'm such a review person. You get to read all the reviews before you even go. And then you can get directions. Go ahead and just keep them on your tablet.
So very quickly, a couple more. Beverly asked about Kindle. So yes, the Kindle and the Nook app works. And there's that printer. The picture came out. So that's very, very easy. Let's see. Miranda asked about a booklet for the LePan. There's not a booklet. Do they have a website?
The great part is your booklet is actually installed right on your LePan. So when you need help, you just press the help button. It's already pre-installed, right? So that's the great part. You never have to lose it. If you're at maybe your daughter's house and you have a question, you just go in and it's help right there. And your owner's manual is actually right on board.
So that's awesome. I love that. So show me how to get that one more time.
So right from, you press home, press that little button down there for all of your apps, and then it's called help. So just think of help.
We love help.
We love help, and your user manual is right there, and we also give you that quick start guide to get you started.
Oh, so one more quick question. We're having questions about how do you print from your LePan. So would you show how we did that one more time?
Yes, so you actually go right into a picture. So we'll go ahead and print this one. Now I downloaded the HP app. So you just go into your app store. If you have HP, you download the HP. If you have Canon, you download Canon. So I just go ahead and press the HP, hit print.
And hit print. Oh, that was easy.
And that's it.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I know you've got lots of questions. If you want to go to my Facebook page, it's Albany Irvin QVC. I will answer as many of them as I can. What I need you to know and feel comfortable with is that you finally get a top-notch tablet, but you get, let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January. You get almost 6 months to try it, to play with it, to experience it, because this is part of our holiday gift return policy. So if you don't love it, please send it back. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to fall in love like my family has and like my little kids had. I wasn't willing to spend $300 or $400 or $500 for a 9 and 10-year-old.
Right.
And what I found is I'm finding it quick and easy and simple to use, and it has everything that those $500 and $600 tablets have, plus more, because now you have an expandable memory. Melissa,
Thank
you
you
for bringing it back. Thanks to the
I'm
LePan
so excited
team.
to have it back. I know, and all the customers out there that are calling their neighbors and friends and purchasing more, it really has just been a great success.
Well, it's been a repeat.